Good morning. I just wanted to get on and encourage someone today. There's a picture that's attached to this, and it's a picture of me and my dad earlier this year. And I just want to talk about our relationship really quickly. And it's a possibility that I've talked about it before, but there's a few things that I may not have said or I may not have explained. But I grew up in a single parent home, and I knew who my father was. I always knew who my father was. And one thing my mom never did was bash him or talk bad about him. She always allowed her kids to develop their relationship and build their own relationship and trust with their father. And so for many, many years, even though my dad would come get me, him and my stepmom would come get me, and we would go different places, and I would get to know her side of the family a little bit more and get to know my dad's side of the family a little bit more. Even though I got to do all those things, I still had a dislike for my father. Not that he had done anything wrong to me, but just the simple fact that he wasn't in the home. And so, let me tell y'all, oh my God, this is so, a little emotional right in this moment, because it took, one Sunday, I think it was Father's Day, where Pastor Vincent Robinson, said that we had to, he said he needed us to go write a letter to our fathers and just let out everything, just say what we need to say, and just, and have that conversation. And I had never thought about it, because for so many years I felt disappointed by my dad not showing up to everything. Like, he would say that he would come and he wouldn't show up, and I was like, oh, like, how, like, why do you do that? Like, and I don't think he did it on purpose. Things would come up, but I just was like, in our minds as kids, we're like, but shouldn't we come before the other stuff? Or like, shouldn't we come before this, and shouldn't we come before that? But we don't understand sometimes is that if the person doesn't have the capability or the capacity for that, they're not going to be able to do it. And no matter how much we try to beat it into their heads how to be a father, how to be a mother, ultimately it has to be their decision, and it has to be them growing and learning how to do those things. We can never ever beat it into our parents to be who we think they should be. And so in my letter, I just wrote, and I was like, it's my fault. I take accountability for putting you in a position that you hadn't been in before. That was all on me. That was me. Like, I have to meet you where you are. Wherever you are, I have to meet you there. And so I'm doing this to encourage somebody that, you may not have grown up in the house with your father, but you still have time to get that thing right. You still have time to have that conversation like, Dad, hey, this is how I felt, or Mom, this is how I felt, and I just want to let you know that I understand now. I understand that you may not have had all the parenting skills that you needed to be a father, or you didn't have all the parenting skills that you needed to be a mother, but I love you, and I understand that now. I see now what it is. I see it for what it is. I was a kid, and I needed your love, and I needed your hugs, and I needed your talks, and I needed those things from you. But I understand now that you may not have had the tools. You may not have had the capacity or the capabilities to be who I wanted you to be. You are not those TV dads. You are not those TV moms. Like, this is reality. Yes, that's possible for that to happen, but that's not the reality for us. So now that I understand it as an adult, now that I understand it as a teenager, I have to take it for what it is and understand that this is the level that you're on, and I have to understand, and I have to understand that this is where I am. So we just have to meet each other where we are. There's nothing wrong with meeting each other where we are. It hurt, but I get it now. It makes so much sense now. And so after me and my dad had that conversation, we didn't talk because when I called him, I was like, Dad, da 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 da. And I was like, I need to tell you something. I just want you to listen. I said, and then after I say all that I need to say, then you are free to speak whatever you need to speak. And so I said everything that I need to say, and once I got done, he was like, okay, baby, I love you. And I was like, I love you too. And we didn't talk for about 3 or 4 months. And but I'm gonna tell you, I felt so much better. I felt like the pressure that I had placed on him was finally lifted. The pressure of being on this high pedestal, of some stuff that he probably could not reach, of some goals that I had for him that he probably could not reach because he didn't have all the tools that he needed. It lifted all the pressure that I had put on myself to be the perfect daughter, and to prove my dad that I could do this without him, and I could do that without him, and I could be better than he ever was, and all of that stuff. It just fell. It fell to the ground. Do y'all understand me? It fell to the ground. I said, I expected you to do something, and it wasn't a guarantee that you would be able to do that thing. I wanted something from you that you weren't able to give me. And now that I understand it, because see, I had to go to the Lord. I was like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of him. I'm done with him. That's what, y'all, I'm telling you what I said. I was like, I'm done. I did. I said, I am done. I was ready to be, I was over it. But that Sunday in church, and I was like, Lord, you set me up. You set me up for Father's Day. You set me up. Now, I'm going to be honest. I didn't call him that day. I needed some time, y'all. I needed some time to just get everything out. And I had to write it on paper. And I just poured my heart out to my dad. And I just was honest with him. Like, God, like, Dad, I shouldn't have done that to you. I put that pressure on you. I put that pressure on you. I put that pressure on you as a granddad. I was like, hey, you better do this. And if you don't, then you ain't going to see them. Y'all, I'm just being honest and transparent with you. I was like, if you don't do it, then you can't see them. Like, I was about to deprive him of opportunities to see his own grandchildren. That's how, like, angry and upset I was with my dad. That's how much anger and disappointment I had on the inside of me as a daughter. As his daughter. And so I'm just here, and I just want to encourage you. You have time to get that thing right. Don't wait until your dad is about to die or is dying. Do it now while he's still here, while he still has breath in his body. Have that conversation, because then you never, oh my God, that conversation can change both of y'all lives. It can change y'all relationship. Like, when I say, like, I went from calling him by his first name to calling him Dad. I noticed it. I said, oh my God, I just call him Dad. Like, it just came out. I didn't call him by his name. I just said, love you, Dad. Even my husband said, oh, he was like, your conversation changed. I was like, yeah, I had that talk with him. Like, instead of me being all sarcastic and nasty with him on the phone, like all that huffy and puffiness that I had, I didn't have it anymore. I was able to have a conversation with my dad and be good. So I just, like I said, I want to encourage you. Have the conversation. Write the letter. And even and even if your dad is deceased, y'all, write that letter and then just read it. Just read it out loud and just say whatever it is that you need to say, and say, I forgive you. And I forgive myself for putting you in such a pressured situation. Whatever it is, whatever the Lord give you, I know He gave me. And I asked my dad for, I said, I'm sorry. And I know y'all probably like, you apologize? Yes. Because we put that pressure on our parents to do some stuff that they do not have the tools or the capacity or the capabilities to do. And so we have to go back and be like, oh yeah, oh nah, they can't do that. They may not even have the funds to do what you was expecting. Even if you grew up in a 2-parent home, they may not have had it, but they did the best that they could do. And so that picture that I'm sharing, like that right there, that shows Korabashaya, wholeness between a father and a daughter. Peace between a father and a daughter. Like, we had this conversation maybe 3 or 4 years ago. We had that conversation. And I remember telling my husband, I said, babe, I ain't talked to my dad. Like, I think we both was nervous to call each other after that conversation. Like, I don't know if she mad at me. I don't know if he mad at me. But, like, it wasn't about being mad. It was just that we had to get that thing out. And I think we had to process it, because when we finally did talk, my dad was like, that was heavy, daughter. Like, when we did, he was like, that was a lot. He was like, and I needed some time. And I was like, me too. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if you was mad at me. Like, I didn't know what to say to him. But after that, like, every conversation after that was like, love you, Dad. And he always called me. He always said daughter. He always said daughter. Hey, daughter. Like, always. Like, it was never anything different in that. But I finally was saying dad. And I know that put a smile on his face. Because I'm not saying his first name. I'm not calling him by his name. I'm calling him by what he is to me. He's my dad. He's my father. And so I just wanted to share this again to encourage somebody. I'm sharing my story in hopes that someone else can relate to it and can go back and be like, let me go do this. Let me go and sit back and just write out some stuff, and let me pour out my heart, and let me have a conversation with my dad. Let me write this letter. So I love you guys. I pray that y'all have a blessed day. Share this out. You never know who needs to hear. You never know who needs that push to go ahead and have that conversation. I'm not saying go cussing your parents out, because that ain't what I did. Okay? Don't do that. But what I'm saying is just tell them how you feel. And take some accountability for some stuff that you may have tried to, get them to do that they just didn't have the capabilities. And I promise you, if you go ahead and pray about it before you write that letter, the Lord will show you where you probably put a little pressure on them to do some stuff that you probably had a feeling they couldn't do, but you did it anyway because you felt like, well, I'm their child, they should do it. Well, oh my goodness, I don't know who that's for. But you know how we had those moments be like, well, I'm his daughter, I'm her son, I'm her daughter, so they should do it because I'm their child. So just pray about it, pray about it, and then allow the Lord to give you the words to say in your letter. I love you guys, and I pray that this 15, well, it's not 15 minutes exactly, maybe it will be in a second, but this 15 minute of spiritual release. This is a spiritual release, because spiritual release and encouragement, so that we can all get some things done before the end of the year. Let's walk into 2022 with a new relationship with our Heavenly Father and our natural fathers. And our natural mothers. Let's get some things accomplished before this January 1st, 2022. Okay? I love you guys, and again, I pray that that this encourages you. I pray that this helps you to go and seek the help that you need, and to encourage you to write that letter to your mother or your father and just pour out your heart and just let them know, like, hey, I'm sorry. I put that pressure on you. And I'm going to say this, and you may not get you may not get the response that you were expecting, but that's okay. You was able to get that off your chest, okay? You may not get the response that you were expecting. That's okay. The whole point of it was to get it all out. To get it all out, to pour every ounce of what has been on the inside of you for 30, 40, 50 years out. Get it out. And I promise you that God is gonna, He's gonna give you that peace that surpasses all understanding. I promise you, He's gonna comfort your heart. He's going to comfort you. So just under take the chance, take the opportunity, just get it all out. God got you. He got you covered. He's not gonna let you. He's not gonna let you fall and hurt yourself. He got you. So again, I love you, and I pray that this blesses somebody. I pray that this helps somebody. I pray that this heals somebody. I pray that this delivers somebody. I pray that this purges somebody of all that hurt. I love you guys. Be blessed, and I'll speak to you again soon.